So it's time to take a look at the third vehicle of the L44 platoon, and that would be the Class 3P. Now I have to say this is probably the most unique looking vehicle of the platoon, with a very unique camouflage. Also, it's huge. I actually thought that this was a small little IFV. Well, I was wrong. This is a behemoth. This is huge. This is a heavy armored fighting vehicle. Has wheels. I'm not really a big fan of the wheeled controls in this game, but honestly, this thing does work really well. Not as maneuverable as the RC car, the MX-10 RC, but it is okay. It is very fast. 85, 86 km per hour is the average top speed. 400 mm average penetration. Has a very nice 105 mm main gun. But let me tell you, one thing I love about this vehicle is definitely the uniqueness. When I drive this, I mean, you will see what I'm talking about, the size of this monster. Now, I really expected a small vehicle, a small IFV. This is not what I expected. Look at this. It's huge. This is a bus. This is a monster when it comes to the size. Which means that it is going to be a very large target. when I'm rotating the turret, yeah, I'm driving a monster truck, pretty much. However, I expected this to be the worst experience of the platoon, but honestly, it's the opposite. I've had the most fun with this thing. I don't know what it is about this beast, but I've had the most success and the most fun. Now, despite its size, it does somehow, by some miracle, not bounce shells, but when you get hit, nothing happens. I guess it's the fact that it has no armor, although on the graph there, on the stats, it does show that you do have some decent armor compared to some of the other vehicles. But honestly, in top tier we don't rely on armor, but I find it pretty interesting that I was being hit by all sorts of weapons when I was driving this, and little to nothing happened. I think a lot of over penetrating has been happening when I get hit, because it's so huge and spacious, the shell just flies through and doesn't hit anything, which I would say is kind of a good thing about this vehicle. Now, I expect high explosive and hash shells to wreck this vehicle. Usually that's what happens when you get hit by a hash or high explosive shell in top tier if you're driving a vehicle with no armor. I actually expect the same thing to happen if I get hit by a high explosive or a hash shell with this vehicle. However, this thing is so big and so tall. I mean, I'm easily just sitting here and I can see the whole beach from this position. And also, the main gun is stabilized. You can move and shoot. You can go full speed, top speed, aim and shoot, and it will be laser accurate thanks to the stabilization. Now, when it comes to the controls, it's not as chill. I think it's the most accurate term. I think it's not as chill as the AMX-10 RC. The AMX-10 RC is just, you don't really feel a difference between tracked vehicle and a AMX-10 RC. The controls on that are just very nice. On this vehicle, it's not really bad. It's okay, but it's not the AMX-10 RC level of maneuverable. So oh, that was a weasel, I think. Yeah, that was a weasel. So yeah, you can't really rotate this in place. You have to drive it like a truck, like a car. I think that's the only downside to this vehicle. Not a big downside, really. You can get used to that pretty easily. It's just one thing to keep in mind, not to get stuck while trying to fall back. The APDS, the APFSDS shell is really good. I mean, it's the whole platoon has very nice shell. And I got hit and nothing happened. I love that. This is such an enjoyable vehicle, and I play it. I move forwards, shoot, I move backwards. That's how it also works. Yeah, this is a huge vehicle. It's fast though, definitely very fast, and more maneuverable than the BTR, for example. More maneuverable than the average wheeled vehicle, that's for sure. I'm pointing that out because I know the wheeled controls can be a off-putting thing for a lot of players. I understand that. I'm also personally not a big fan of the wheeled vehicles, but with this vehicle, it's actually, again, not bad. If I can get behind it, and if I can do well with it, and I'm not that good with wheeled vehicles, let me be real. I think I'm the worst with SPAAs, and then second worst with wheeled vehicles. I can get behind this thing without much of a problem, so it's pretty decent. It's pretty solid. 5 destroyed vehicles, just like that, and I wasn't even trying. Oh well, I mean, this behemoth is just surprisingly fun to use. I can't really describe it. I've struggled a lot more with the leopard, and I've struggled a lot more with the previous vehicle, the second in the platoon. But with this, I did not struggle at all, and that's weird because I actually expected this to be the vehicle that I struggled the most with. But you know, it's funny surprise moments when this thing. I mean, this is honestly a very fun vehicle to use. And I am in the base, just like that. It can reach top speed very quickly. It has a huge engine. The tank is huge, okay? The vehicle is huge. I can't get behind how big this is. Oh, someone is about to get revenge bombed. Well, okay. How did the AMD survive a bomb up that close? I have no idea. I think the teammate is as confused as I am. Those bombs were like literally in front of the AMD, and nothing happened. Lovely. Of course, I'm still very careful around SPAAs. They can probably cut through my armor very easily. So, still playing careful around some vehicles, obviously. But the best tactic with this is to go forward, shoot, and go backwards. It has a stabilized gun, and it does feel much better than the stabilized gun on the Centaur, that's for sure. The Centaur is wobbly. The Centaur definitely is wobbly. This does not feel wobbly, but at the same time, it has much smaller wheels. And I like that. The Centaur has huge wheels, and it tends to jump all over the place. This thing can also jump, by the way. It can fly, but I did not test that out in this video here. Okay, let's go to the next battle, and obviously it's going to be Normandy again, because the game just loves to spam Normandy 24/7. Yeah, there we go. Again, same map. I'm getting really annoyed on this map because it's getting spammed all the time. Anyway, well, let's try to do well in this match again. Driving the... how do I nickname this thing? The battle truck? The monster truck? I don't know. It's huge. That's the most important thing. I kind of like the tall vehicles because I can just climb a rock or something and just have a good view, you know. Can't do the same thing with the leopard. I mean, you can, but you'll get yeeted because that's just the leopard. Oh, and no damage. Yeah, lovely. There we go. The reload is also very fast. Very nice. I did get damaged, but I don't really notice any damage, to be real. And objects. That was a very nice hit. Okay, let me... oh, I lost the wheel. I actually lost the wheel. Okay, that's actually pretty nice. The wheel is completely lost. Okay, let me repair the vehicle. Did not... I had no idea that they had it. That little animation there. That's nice. So I lost the wheel. Okay. I'm telling you, this is the most fun vehicle of this platoon. Absolutely the most fun vehicle of this platoon. Definitely had more fun with this in 2 battles than I've had in 10 battles with the Leopard L44. Just because of how unique this is. And yeah, revenge bombed. Or in this case, yeah, revenge bombed, okay. My wheel is now replaced, I think it is replaced. Let's go and move to my little position here. I can also go a little bit forward. I think a 80GM will definitely wreck this vehicle. 80GM high explosive, yeah, this should be a magnet for high explosive. Just because of how big it is. Artillery as well. It's going to be a very big artillery target. And it can drift, okay. Also very nice to know. Also very nice to know. A drift vehicle. And the wheel, yeah, the wheel is replaced. Not in perfect condition, but usable. Okay, the base is captured. Now let me go... Let me fall back completely. And let me try to get the zone B. Full speed, easily able to reach 80 km/h, which is fairly fast for a armored vehicle of this size and weight. Honestly, when I look at the way this thing handles, it's actually really decent. Much better than some other wheeled vehicles, that's for sure. Cannot complain about the controls at all. I think I'll slow down. There is one vehicle, I think, in the next roads, not really sure. Well, they should be close by, definitely. Oh, there they are, leopards, and ouch, I almost hit the ammo. I'll hit the ammo the next time. There we go. Okay, also has very good reverse speed. The whole platoon has very good reverse speed. I like that. And of course I get interrupted. Yeah, I'm not going to get to the bomber. Yep, someone else got the bomber, okay. Time for me to capture the zone. This is going to be lovely. What can possibly go wrong? Yeah, I think this thing is way too big to be in the middle like this. Not a good position for it. Yeah, what can possibly go wrong? Definitely do not attempt this with this vehicle on this map. There is absolutely no chance that anyone will miss. If I get shot by anything, that's going to hit. Look, I can't even hide because it's so big. Yeah, it's definitely taller than the cover here. So if anyone sees me, I'm toast. There's so many vulnerable spots that I feel like I'm naked in the open here, which is a very bad thing. I hope that base gets captured very quickly so I can just vanish into cover. Okay, let me disappear from this position. Not a good position to be at with this vehicle. And base capture, okay. Yeah, Not a vehicle for open spaces, that's for sure. It's huge. A revenge bomber magnet. This is such a fun vehicle. I love it. Definitely my favorite vehicle of this platoon. So, what do I think of this tank? Well, I just said it's probably my favorite vehicle of this platoon. It's wild. It's huge. It has a good gun, has good speed, surprisingly troll armor. Nothing to hate about this tank or heavy armor fighting vehicle. I like it and definitely recommend this tank. It's wild. So, with that being said, that will be the L44 platoon. I like this platoon actually really. Oh, there we go. Almost tipped over and final destroyed vehicle. That was kill number 5. In any case, hope you guys enjoyed. That was a very fun little platoon to play around with. Tell me what you think about the L44 platoon. And with that being said, stay safe. As always, I'll see you next time.